Alright, Common Core Algebra 2, so our second video in Chapter 4, Part 1 for Section 2. This Section 2, 4.2 is going to be 2 videos. We're still talking about graphing quadratics, and today we're going to look at what is called the vertex form. So when something is in the vertex form, it's going to be really easy to find a vertex, and then we're also going to talk about how to find your y-intercept, and just like last video, we'll end with our point of symmetry. So first thing we need to know is if we are in vertex form, what that looks like. So we'll have f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So all of these, the h, the k, and the a, are all going to be numbers. Okay, and just like we talked about in class, a tells us whether we open up or down, depending on the sign. And then h and k are going to be our vertex. Now, one hint that we always use here is that h hates its sign. So if it's negative, h has got to be positive. If this was x plus some number, then h would be a negative number, where k keeps its sign. So if it's plus, k stays positive. If it's minus, k is negative. So h is always opposite. It hates its sign. K is always positive. It keeps its sign. An example here, then you see a is negative 2, so that tells us that this one is going to open down. We've got h right here, and then k. So the vertex, without even doing any work, remember h hates its sign, so since it's plus 3, I know that is a negative 3, and k keeps its sign, so I know that is a positive 8. Our vertex then would be negative 3 and 8. Okay, the y-intercept, like always, the coordinates for the y-intercept are going to be 0, c. We talked about that last section, but we don't have a c now. So what do? Well, we find the y-intercept because our x is still 0. You're simply going to plug 0 in for x and solve. So you'll simplify, and that will give you your y value. What that would mean in this case, so my y value, I'm going to have negative 2. I'm substituting 0 in for x, and plus 1. So simplifying some things here, negative 2, 0 minus 3 is negative 3. I still have the square and the plus 1. Remember your order of operations. So we did inside parentheses. Now we need to raise a power. Be careful, just like we talked about before, anytime you raise a number to an even exponent, in particular 2, that is a positive number. Negative 3 squared is going to be positive 9 plus 1. And negative 2 times 9, continuing to follow my order of operations, I get is negative 18. And negative 18 plus 1 is going to give us negative 17. So my y-intercept is 0, negative 17. That would give us our y-intercept. So we found both our vertex and our y-intercept. The point of symmetry, remember, works just off the y-intercept, the same as it did in the last section. So wherever your y-intercept is, just the same distance on the other side of the axis of symmetry will give us our y-intercept. Same idea with our axis of symmetry. It is the x-coordinate of your vertex. All right, we'll see you guys next time.